Hello everyone, and I would like to say welcome to this video. This is probably about 5 years in the making. Now that sounds stupid. I haven't been working on this park for 5 years. Rather, if you look back at my channel, you'll see some of the first videos I've got on there are Planet Coaster videos. And the main reason I really played Planet Coaster, the main reason I got a computer at all when I was younger, was because I love Planet Coaster and I wanted to play it so bad. Because I loved the time-lapse videos and I wanted to make them so bad. And if you look back at those other videos, don't watch them though, they're really bad. But if you look back at those videos, I'm trying to do that. Except my computer back then was heavily underpowered, and I couldn't edit it to speed it up like I've got now. So, but yeah, I love theme parks, and I love Planet Coaster, and I really just wanted to make a park and put it all together. So this is it. Welcome to Otherworld. See this entrance that I'm currently building here. The whole thing is very much inspired by a town in Southern California, very much like about half an hour drive from Disneyland, which is where most of this inspiration is from, called Laguna Beach. I love that place, and I just really like the aesthetic of it. I really wanted to try and capture that for this entrance, because I didn't want to go just I wanted to make a distinct entrance, but I didn't want to go the typical Main Street USA, because I feel like that's a bit played out. And I wanted to make things unique. And when we get going with the park, I won't spoil what's in it entirely, but when we get going, it'll make sense why this is here as well in the entrance, in terms of land synergy, I guess. You'll see here I'm putting the sign together. I'm not going to be using I feel like it's a very good point to make it. I won't be using too much TNTK. Basically only if I completely have to. Because I find I've built with TNTK, but I find when playing with TNTK I get really overwhelmed with the sheer amount of pieces. Surely the main game can be a bit limiting, but I sort of not the simplicity, but I just sort of like the, I know what I'm doing a little bit more. There's just so much to there's so much to TNTK, Filmmaker's Toolkit, for the uninitiated. Good thing to mention that. Yeah, I don't mind it. I like it, but for this, I wanted to sort of steer away. Yeah, doing path covers. If anyone is new to Planet Coaster and is watching this, that is my biggest bit of advice. I mean, I'm not particularly correct. I would sound pretty good. I don't know. But my biggest bit of advice, any new players watching, cover your paths. Cover your paths in. Cover your paths in. Use flat roofs. Use anything you can. Trust me, it will look very nice. Even though I am fumbling it a little bit here, because the biggest problem with Planet Coaster is the paths. So if you can nail it, if you can get down to a science to snot that, it'll be good. See, putting that in there quite nicely, and custom fencing as well. But in terms of sort of my inspiration for this park, it's not going to be realistic. My main inspiration for this park is Disneyland, or Disney Park, Castle Park specifically. I'm a big fan of that sort of park. There's something that it's very whimsical, and I don't really I like building realistic. I think it's quite fun, but I also feel like if you look for if you want to look for a Let's Play series like this, or not Let's Play, But if you want to look for like a building series like this on Planet Coaster, you're going to be hard pressed to find someone who's not who's not building realistic. And there's no problem with building realistic. I feel like I should say that. I love Moomin Little Socks. He's got some great videos. I love Geekism. No, he stopped. Mars Bandit is also great. Probably some others that I forgot about. But I just don't... I feel like with all these new pieces, all DLC, why don't we just... Why aren't there more people, you know? I know the game's quite old now. But I feel like I like... So it's really rambly. But I like the style of build where it's sort of... You throw reality to the wind, you know? Everything's still got to make sense. I feel like that's important in terms of the believability of your park. But you don't have to fill in backstage areas. You don't have to make things look worn down. You don't have to try and build things on a budget. Go nuts. Just go nuts. And that's sort of... That's like the vibe, like, that's... Yeah, I'll throw in reality to the wind. Like, if I had infinite money... If I had infinite money and, like, and everything... If I had, like, £1 billion... Or dollars... For you, anyone over in the States... this would be what I'd build. Adding some finishing touches on the entrance here. I really like those vine pieces, especially the rose vines. I only discovered them while building it, but I feel like it adds so much detail. It's very nice. So yeah, now getting to work on the entrance street. It's not all gonna be a street. This whole entrance area will potentially take about 5 episodes, I would say. Again, with a path cover here. But yeah, it's going to be quite big. Well, have I got Boo? Okay. Look at the... Just looking at... But... Yeah, this probably entrance will probably take 4 or 5 episodes. I'm not sure. Because the entrance area, it's not just going to be the street. We're going to have a nice plaza by the end of it. And alongside that, we'll potentially have like an entrance coaster as well. I don't just want to make a street. I sort of want to take it a bit like sort of like how Universal's doing in their new Epic Universe park. They've got a coaster in the entrance. And I guess a bit like Gatekeeper at Cedar Point. Not going over the entrance though. But that sort of idea of like an entrance coaster. I like it. I thought it'd be fun. I'm not going to spoil what the coaster is though, or like the theme. There is going to be a lot of heavy theming, and I reckon the coaster in this entrance will probably be the lightest themed. But yeah, there's going to be like a lot of story as well. I like story. See here, I'm putting in a little sweet shop. Now this probably seems, I'm realising watching this probably seems a little strange. The first building I build on this street is a tiny little like street shop, like a sweet shop. There's very much like got the Victorian pieces, and I realise that must seem very strange. But this is inspired by an actual sweet shop in Laguna Beach. That sort of got, that's why I chose those panels. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a sort of a direct inspiration. I like this sort of thing. I like building these little displays. This was quite fun. Although one of them has got a bit more to it than the other because I didn't realise they were so small, like sweets. Got these marshmallows here. Sort of build a little tower. Just nice. I like a good build like that. Also, I did back there another little, I guess, piece of advice for Planet Coaster builders. Like anyone new. I'm not sure if there even is anyone new anymore. But I feel like something good to note. Vary your buildings. Don't make them square. Because if you make them square, that is going to feel rather boring. Vary heights and that. And that. So helpful. But yeah, vary heights, vary lengths. Just try and make, don't make your buildings like a box. Make them a bit irregular. I see what I'm doing here. I quite like how this building turned out. I think it looks quite nice. No, I don't dislike it. I'm not. I like it. It's good. I need to stop doubting myself. Put in some little signs. And there's some pillars. Pillars also very good. I'm always a bit cautious with this park. I'm trying to make sure it doesn't feel too square, because a lot of I've spent most of my time. I've played a lot of Planet Coaster, but I felt most comfortable in terms of a theme park game is Theme Park Tycoon 2 on Roblox. Very, very good game. I'd argue the best Roblox game, but that's built all on a grid. The coasters aren't, and you can move some things off the grid. But I'm always cautious with it. With going back to Planet Coaster, that I'm trying not to make my builds too square. So I will try and make things not square, add a bit of curvature to them. But I don't think that's too egregious for I don't think it's too egregious for this. I feel like that's pretty. It's pretty good. Right. Just putting in the toilet block now. I'm not sure why I put chimney on the toilets. Again, it's back to that sort of idea of variety. It just sort of adds a bit to the skyline. I know it's like tiny buildings, but no, you need that sense of visual variety. You know, even though it's just a toilet block. You can see I'm really getting my mileage out of the pillars. Nice couple of windows. And this is why I really like that ivy piece, because I don't like to put windows. You can't put windows on the front of a toilet. So it's good to have something to sort it out, which is sort of where the ivy comes in. This is probably my favourite building in the park so far. This is a little restaurant. I like. People don't like the Planet Coaster restaurants because they're just the little blocks, and I do sort of agree. I do think maybe they could have done something different, but at the same time, I feel like this is the best they could have done to sort of make them could call from like a sandbox perspective, which is where a lot of people will play Planet Coaster. This is going to make the most sense, because it's not going to make the most sense because, you know, you want to customise the inside of your restaurant, but I feel like when it comes from working into like the campaign, well, not campaign, from like a money point of view, I feel like it sort of streamlines it. And maybe if there is a Planet Coaster 2, I'm still holding out hope. Maybe they will sort out restaurants and hotels. It would be quite nice, but I'm fine with the system. I'm personally just happy we have them. If we had it for gift shops as well, that'd be good. I love gift shops that guests actually walk into. That's like an ideal thing, but oh well. So my biggest problem in this building, I'm not sure when I do it, I put on, oh, I've got to change up the menu first. I love doing that. See, that's why I like it, because I can change up the menu when I want to. And that just sort of, it works for me. I like making themed menus, even though, in the grand scheme of things, no one cares. And there's some lights. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with lighting for this park, if I'm honest. Because lighting always feels like such a bother to me. It's not like an actual park that needs lighting. Oh, yeah, this is my problem with this building. I put on a generic sign. Laguna Cafe. I'm very much wearing my influence on my sleeve with that name. But I think I'll probably, in the next episode, you'll probably see me go in and change that sign out. We are getting near the end. This is the last building I build today. But next episode, there will be more done. You'll start to see my vision for the park. Really start to. You should see like the start of it. I'll probably go into a bit more depth with it there as well. But I think the street has turned out really nice so far. A little information booth. I wish they gave the information booth more purpose as well. Instead of just being the priority pass place. Like in the RCT games, you could get like you can get I've lost the word. You can get the umbrellas and maps from them, and I think that would be quite nice. But especially because, well, this game doesn't have weather, but they added weather to Planet Zoo, so they could bring weather into this. So I think that'd be quite nice. But we are reaching near the end. I like this one. I was sort of inspired by like a church, but at the same time, yeah, I was inspired a bit by like a Mexican like church sort of building here. I think it did turn out very nicely. Sorting out the pillars, just sort of that raised up bit again, variety, and the information bit, and I think we are very close to being done with this building. Haven't bothered with too many details on the back because, like I said before, we're going to be going back to the back. We're going to be going when the entrance area expands, and we're sort of going to be going back round there. So I'll make it work with that. But yeah. And with that, here's just a couple beauty shots to see my way out. If you did enjoy this video, do be sure to like and comment to let me know what you think. And also be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next part of Otherworld. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.